Elon Musk buying Twitter as a threat. Like how can that be? You know?
Hmm. And for some reason, this is one of the things to add to like the setup of all these things. For some reason, or for some people, um, Elon is a very polarizing figure, which I don't really understand, and I wish, because like we're supposed to like
It's those
being
radical ideas from the left that billionaires shouldn't exist or
sure.
they should be taxed like exponentially more than normal people.
I don't know. Like apparently, so this is
It's
even going to that. Just touching on that last aspect that you said, like ever since I got a little bit more literate about finance and money, how taxes and the IRS works, like I don't understand the hate. It's like this is clearly somebody, people who are. I understand that you might be against the idea, but billionaires don't have their billions sitting in an account somewhere
yeah,
hoarding the money. Like that's not how it works. What they're valued as, because they have assets that have been valued
exactly.
at a certain average price, in this case shares. He owns stock, therefore
Yeah.
if he owns 1,000 or a million or 10 million of something, and you say that one of them is worth 100 or a
He owns
thousand.
at least like 6 or 7 companies.
Yeah, so that's really, it's not
SpaceX,
cash
Tesla, yeah.
money. He's not hoarding and taking away from other people. It's just
Yeah.
like, oh, I own a lot of this thing that collectively agreed that it's valued this.
That brings value
Therefore,
to society and
I can leverage a bank to say, hey, I'll give you some of this, or you can hold this as collateral if I don't pay your loan back. Give me money.
mhm,
And that money then becomes it's borrowed money. It's not his money. So he's using somebody else's money to invest.
yeah.
And one, he has to pay it back. Two, if the banks are cool with it, and I understand like you can make a case about the system as a whole, capitalist system as a whole is all wrong, it's all messed up, and that's a different story. But in this context, it's not like he's making money off of other people's exploiting,
Yeah.
labor force. He just
Now
has
he's being labeled as racist. Yeah, I saw something
really.
about yeah,
What did he
like
say?
this black guy is suing Tesla for the way the company treated him or something like that. Like they don't treat their black employees properly.
Hmm. I don't. I've
I
never even
saw
heard of
something
that.
like that. Um, so yeah, he's suffering attacks from
Yeah.
everywhere. Like, and he even said that he made a post on Twitter saying like, yeah, it's getting crazy or something like that.
Right, right. He even pulled like, should I sell all the stock? Because once you sell stock, then you have to pay capital gains taxes, and then you pay
Hmm.
money on top of that. And there's all these quote unquote loopholes that allegedly some people exploit, and a lot of people actually do exploit them. So I'm not gonna brush that under the rug or anything like that. But it's literally like they're not. It's a different way of working and making money that is not really what most people do, because most I work, I pay my taxes. You work, you pay your taxes. I pay a lot of taxes, like 25% of my paycheck to 30% goes. I don't even see it. Like I should be making a lot, should be able to save a lot more money, and that goes funneled back into the government for whatever reasons, and for being applied in whatever way that gets decided, not by me specifically, but that's kind of like the rules of the game. And I don't understand how you can close that loophole, quote unquote, without affecting everybody. Because if you're going to make money, if you're going to be taxed of the money that you borrow, everybody starts paying taxes every time they go to the bank and you ask for a loan for a car, or you ask for a loan for so you get double taxed because you're already like taxed when you buy an asset like a car or a house. You pay a bunch of taxes, and then if you're going to say, oh, this money that you used to buy is also, you're going to be counted as income, so you have to pay taxes on top of that. That's like, we don't want that. Like, so
I saw a sign, a sticker on a car um, yesterday that said, "Don't steal. The government doesn't like competition."
right, exactly, which is
So yeah, I mean, you're saying all those things about paying taxes. So it made me think of that. But
anyway. So he's becoming this villain, maybe because he's a billionaire, maybe I don't understand. In fact, I would want to hear a voice of somebody who hates him so they can
we can
explain it to me.
oh
Like, we can try to make the exercise, but for me it's
we can
hard.
invite AOC to the
Yeah,
show.
yeah, I would love. But because I understand the hate on Jeff Bezos, for example, because Jeff Bezos, you can say, okay, this company is making rivers of money
Right.
every year, and the work conditions under them, under him, under their company is kind
Amazon.
of like
Right.
whack. And you're like, oh, you have people with no bathroom breaks and getting to these extreme situations for what's it called, productivity, and you want to make the goals. And if every time somebody hits like deliver tomorrow, like next day
Like
delivery,
it's the
somebody has
modern
to like
industrial era.
suffer with that. Okay, I understand like Amazon's very aggressive business practices, how they drive people out of work, and like businesses that they drive business, like for example they have a monopoly in the book distribution world, which they're huge gatekeepers, and they can kind of like get exclusive deals, or they can make so that it's very hard to compete against them,
Right.
therefore driving other people out of business. And now, ironically, once they closed out a bunch of brick and mortar stores from the competition, now they're opening their own Amazon stores where you actually go and buy items instead of ordering them online. So I see, and I kind of agree, like, hey, this is a little, we understand like he's also a great businessman and created a lot of value for a lot of people, but I can see how that was tagged along the backs of a lot of employees, and people who are actually making the system are suffering
Right.
to enable that.
Right.
But with Elon, like this, we're talking about another sphere of technology,
And social contribution.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And so I do not understand, like, if you like work for Tesla and you don't like working for Tesla, you
Because
get you get uh-huh.
my opinion, my personal opinion, they want to control speech. They want to they
Who are
want to
they
control
though?
what people are able to say. They want to,
You mean back in Twitter? We're talking back to
yeah,
Twitter.
Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And that's their strategy basically. It's to control the culture. And there's no better way to control the culture than by controlling the language.